What's up guys, welcome back to the channel Track Fans. Today we are talking about one of the brightest rising stars on the sprinting scenes, Brian Levell. Brian Levell didn't just win, he absolutely destroyed. Watch how he destroys in the entire field in this under 20 200-meter dash. You won't believe the gap he creates.
0.93 set by that very special one, Usain Bolt. There's the lineup. Amani Maskell Beckers of Barbados in 1, Jaden Reed, Cayman Islands in 2, Zion Campbell, Bahamas 3, Shaquem McKay, Trinidad and Tobago in 4, Brian Levell in 5, Sandra Davison, his Jamaican teammate in 6, Wanye Bell, British Virgin Islands in 7, and in lane 8, Nazia John of Grenada. Brian Levell, fastest in the field at 20.53 seconds this season. Did that winning the Carifta trials here in Kingston. Forego the 100 meters to focus on the 200 meters, of course, coming off double victory at the Jamaican High School Championships. And so he wanted to be rested for this one.
Has come down from the 4 hurdles and the 400 and the 200. After starting in class 3 in the 100 meters, has come back to those events with a plum. His times 10.21 last year, 20.53 this season. A double at the Jamaican High School Championships have marked him as a sprinter to watch. Was in the Big People's final at the Nationals last year with the big guns, and is showing that he deserves to be there.
In the 200 meters, the second fastest in this field, the Grenadian Nazia John missed the 100 meters because of flight issues, made it for the 200.
I wonder if he's a little bit tired from the flight delays. Has looked sluggish in the early going in his races and comes on down the stretch. 20.74 last year in the World Junior Championships in Nairobi, and at college in the States has come to represent his country in Kingston.
Normally the jet lag doesn't hit you on the first day, Hubert. It's like the second and third days that you really start to feel that fatigue start to set in. So you could be right, jet lag.
Zachary Evans, he a medalist in the 100 meters, was in the long jump as well. Sees himself on the screen here and his friends, and they enjoy the moment. They're on center stage in Kingston. These fans, quiet and contemplative. 200 will shake them up in a few minutes.
Of course, it's free to get into the bleachers, so if you're watching and you want to come down and get a piece of the action, there's still time. There's Sandra Davison, sub-21 man, anchor leg on the Jamaican 4x1 team that won gold in 39.15 last night.
National Junior 100 champion last year, and 20.90 for 200 this season.
Sandra Davison, some people says that he reminds them of the great Usain Bolt. His anchor leg was just so Bolt-like that people made that comparison. But it was a very good run by the Jamaican team last night, and Sandra Davison did a very good job on that anchor leg.
Lots of potential for Davidson. Told me he wants to get back to the World Juniors this year.
So many outstanding talents here in Jamaica in the boys sprints. Levell, of course, there's Nazia John. Spoke about him earlier, 20.79 in the World Under-20 semi-finals in Nairobi last year. Didn't get through to the final. Did make the 100 final in Nairobi, finishing in 7th position. And hoping to deliver a medal for Grenada here. Their medal hopes would have been hit Grenada when Jamora Alves came down with illness and out of 3 field events where she would have been favored to medal. There's Jaden Reed of the Cayman Islands, trains here in Jamaica at Jamaica College.
20.91 man. I think this distance between all of those he does, 100, 200, 400, is his best. Tight inside lane. He's a tall boy, but if he can negotiate the curve, he can get one. Here's Brian Levell, the favorite, undefeated at 200 this season.
And he hopes to keep it that way. His one defeat at 100 meters came at the hands of the Carifta champion now, DeAndre Daly. This race scheduled for 6:15. Just a minute away from that. The stadium announcer welcoming Kareem Street Thompson, still the long jump record holder. As we look at the lineup, Nazir John in lane number 8 representing Grenada, 20.79 personal best, second fastest in the field. There is Wanya Bell. We expected a British Virgin Islands athlete to be in this final, but we thought it would be Jalil Kroll. Bell has already finished 5th in the 100 final, now looks to improve over 200. Sandra Davison, anchorman on Jamaica's winning team last night, 20.90 personal best, 21.26 in qualifying. Sandra Davison, he's looking for an individual medal here to go with relay gold. There's the favorite, 20.53 personal best, consistently under 21 seconds, 21.01 in qualifying. Shaquille McKay, 21.38 this season, 21.33 at his best, 21.46 in qualifying. Competitor 4.13. In lane number 3, the Bahamian, Zion Campbell, looking calm, unperturbed ahead of this final. The Bahamian in lane 3. Competitor 48. Then in lane number 2, 20.91 personal best, Jaden Reed of the Cayman Islands, 4th in the 100 meters. Badly wants to take home a medal for his country. And on the inside, in lane number 1, Maskell Beckles of Barbados, slowest into the final at 21.73.
Levell has looked the best in qualifying, balanced and easy, as the fastest time in the semis, 21.01.
Carifta record, once the world under 20 record, 19.93. Usain Bolt, forget about it. Final of the under 20 boys 200 meters.
I expect Levell here to get a fairly good start, but he has such a deceptive speed. You don't know how fast he's going until you're right beside him.
Set. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up.
Break at the start. Maskell Beckles of Barbados. Hands on head. I think he'll escape this one. I think all will be safe. Needs to calm down.
I think he actually just fell out. He didn't try to move out. I think he just fell. The starters are conferring with the reaction personnel, and then they're going to make their decision.
Green card it will be, as I suspected. She waves that green card most gracefully.
The starter has enormous powers of discretion
On your marks.
over a critical area of track and field racing, the start.
I think they weigh heavily the intention or perceived intention, and that factors into their decision.
Now Maskell Beckles of Barbados needs to compose himself, get ready for battle.
Set.
Off this time. Nazir John flew out in lane number 8. Brian Levell is also running a brilliant curve, as his teammate Sandre Davison. The Bahamian Campbell going well on the inside. Levell in front. Davison chasing him. Jamaica win the 1-2. John gets bronze. Outside 21 seconds, which is really rare for Brian Levell, but he wins Caribbean Gold in front of an expectant home crowd. 21-1-8, 1-2 for Jamaica, bronze for Grenada.
I think we've been treated to some fantastic performances here that we often forget that these athletes are actually not done with competition. Brian Levell is possibly likely to be on the 4x14, so I don't know if he was maybe conserving a little bit, or the win was more important than records or fast times, just to get in front and get that win.
The wind blowing up the straightaway, harming the times at 200. Girls under 20 with Liston, and here with Levell, took care of business though. That's Nazio John, his best race of the sequence, third, 21.70. The wind harming the times. Davidson 2.99, left hand side, God centered, second, and Brian Levell bursts out to the blocks, covers the ground on his teammate in a flash, and heads into the grandstand straight away with the lead.
Came flying at the finish, Nazio John. Brian Levell being hit by a strong wind down the stretch, staying tall, staying relaxed, staying composed, and easing home to Caribbean Gold. Sandre Davison has an individual medal to go with relay gold last night, and Nazia John gets a bronze medal for his troubles. 21.18, 21.35, 21.70 the time for the medalist.
Minus 2.5 on the wind gauge. That tells all the story. This race was a sub-21 waiting to happen.
It sure was. Wow, the 200s are over, and we are so much closer to the end of Caribbean 49. But sweet action still to come in the land of wood and water. Sweet jam down. 1-2 in the under 24s 200 meters, led by Brian Levell.
He delivers on this length. 400 champion record, removing the 47.33 previously held by Usain Bolt.
Miller, the other record holder, 400 hurdles on this team as well.
Both attend Calabar High School in Kingston, where Christopher Taylor went as well.
That man Cubby. Could they be plotting something special, the Jamaicans, this evening? The record has stood since 2012.
Paul Henry was in the 400 final as well for the Jamaicans. He's expected to be on this team, and maybe they go with a half miler. Keandre Kelly, who won the 800 meters. Let's see how they decide. There is Robert Miller, the 400 hurdles champion and record holder, was also a bronze medalist in the 110 hurdles earlier today.
2012 in Bermuda, Ivan Henry, O'Keen, Williams, Michael O'Hara, Devon Baker.
That was quite a team, you know. Devon Baker, a 46-6 man at that stage. Well, he wasn't quite 46-6 yet, to be honest, but he became that. Well, they're excited. They have another team in the final and another opportunity to challenge for a medal. Cameron Mathlin, the 400 silver medalist, 200 finalist, is on their team. He's done a lot of running over the last 3 days though. Let's see how much he has left in store. Sheer adrenaline may push him to help his team to a medal. The Bahamas out there as well.
They have Tiano Ferguson, Jakaria Wilson, Brandon Mackey, and Shivano Nixon lining up for them. So Guyana will be interesting to see if they show up in either of the under 20 races. They are scheduled to do so. Guyana having quite a meet.
Tiana Springer was withdrawn from the 200 final for under 20 girls. I wonder what that means for whether they go at 4x4. Second in the series of 4x4 finals. Under 17 boys are up. It's their time to shine.
Mathlin, individual medalists, already in these games.
Let's go TTO, they say. Under 20 boys 4x1 champions last night, Trinidad and Tobago. Kareem Chinapo won gold for them in the under 17 200 today. Tafari Waldron won a 5,000 gold medal in a 1-3 finish for Trinidad and Tobago. They've been good here in Grenada. Janae Gans started them off today in record fashion in the under 20 girls long jump final with a 6:50 performance. The Trinidad and Tobago team getting ready for battle. Turks and Caicos there as well. They are in lane number 8.
Ali Eliasu leading off for Turks and Caicos Islands.
Grenada, Turks and Caicos, Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica and Bahamas. Lanes 2 to 6.
Set.
Final of the under 17 boys 4x4. The Bahamas go out well. Tracked by the Jamaicans, Trinidad and Tobago moving well down the back straightaway too. Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, Bahamas, the big three go through 200 meters together. Looks like Francisco Williams, the 400 hurdles bronze medalist on the opening leg for Jamaica. Trinidad and Tobago right there, Bahamas right there. The Trinbagonians stepping ahead now and taking charge. Bahamas also coming through well. Trinidad and Tobago just ahead of Bahamas and Jamaica. This is good stuff. This is close racing. Grenada in 4th position. They want to remain close for Mathlin when he gets the baton, but look at this. For Grenada, they rush through to take the lead. Looks like Kimal Murray on this leg for Grenada. Now in 3rd position, Robert Miller, the 400 hurdles champion and record holder, takes over for Jamaica. Trinidad and Tobago in 2nd. Bahamas 3rd. Grenada now back in 4th place. Trinidad and Tobago with Cheslin Gordon stepping up now to take over from Robert Miller and Jamaica. Trinidad and Tobago just ahead of the Jamaicans. The Jamaicans have the 800 champion Keandre Kelly on this 3rd leg. Trinidad and Tobago right there with them. Remember, the Jamaicans have the 400 champion Bramwell on the anchor leg. What a fine race we have between Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago. The 800 man inches ahead for Jamaica. Trinidad and Tobago still fighting. Grenada are now in 3rd position. And I think Mathlin is on anchor. Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago. What a titanic battle in the under 17 boys 4x400. Now the baton is with the 400 champion and record holder Nicoy Bramwell. He has competition early, hot on his heels, has a look around him, sees what's happening behind, knows that the Trinidad and Tobago athlete is coming.
Corday Lewis there on anchor for Trinidad and Tobago.
Part of the Lewis twins, but Bramwell inches away for Jamaica. Steps on the accelerator does the 400 under 17 record holder. He's making the gold medal safe for Jamaica. Grenada will have a medal because Mathlin is on anchor. Whether it will be silver or bronze is to be seen. Jamaica will win gold outside the record. Bramwell shuts down. Trinidad and Tobago holds on with Lewis, and Mathlin runs a storming anchor to confirm bronze for Grenada. Well, that was a marvelous race up until Nicoy Bramwell got the baton.
Great battle between Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica all the way through up until that last 400. Not to be denied, that man Nicoy Bramwell took over and shut things down for Team Jamaica. Not quite record time for them, but a very, very fine run by these young men.
.321.92 for Grenada to get the bronze medal. They were always going to have a chance if Mathlin got the baton close enough, and he did.
And back-to-back relay gold medals for Bramwell.
Wow, did you see that? This was pure destruction from Brian Levell in the under 20 men's 200-meter dash. Let's talk about what we just witnessed, because this wasn't just a win, it was a statement. First off, let's break the race itself. From the very start, Levell looked locked in. His reaction to the gun wasn't just fast, it was sharp and controlled, and that's something you don't always see with young sprinters. Many explode out recklessly, but Levell looked like he knew exactly what he was doing from the very first step. By the curve, the separation was already happening. You could literally see him gaining around with every stride while the others were fighting to keep form. His mechanics were clean. Right postures, strong knee drive, perfect aim action, the kind of fundamentals you usually see in the seasoned sprinters, not just juniors. But here is where things got crazy. The home stretch. While most of the field was tightening up, Levell found another gear. His turnover stayed crisp, and the gap between him and the others just grew wider. By the time he crossed the finish line, it looked like he was running in a completely different race. That's what we call domination. Now let's put this into context. Performances like this don't just come from raw talents. They come from a mix of natural abilities, disciplined training, and mental toughness to perform under pressure. Levell showed in that one race about it. These were the best under 20 athletes. Guys who have been championships at their local and regional levels, all coming into this race hungry to win, and yet Levell made them look ordinary. That kind of dominance is rare, and it immediately raises the question how far he can go. If you have been following sprinting for a while, you know the under 20 stage is where future stars are revealed. Usain Bolt showed flashes of brilliance here. Johan Blake, Letsil Tebogo, Erion Knighton, all of them made their mark at this level before stepping up to the world stage. And now Brian Levell has just added his name to that list. But what makes this performance even more exciting is the way he wins, or the way he won. He didn't look maxed up. He didn't look desperate. He didn't look desperate to hold off the competition. Instead, he looked comfortable. And he looked like he had more left in the tank. That's a scary thought for anyone who might face him in future. So what's next for Brian Levell? If he continues to progress, we could see him making serious waves in the seniors rank within a few years. Potential to line up against names like Noah Lyles, Erion Knighton, and even Letsile Tobogo is real. And if he keeps improving at this rate, he won't just be participating, he will be contending. Now I want to hear from you. After watching this race, do you believe Brian Levell has the potential to become a global sprinting star? Or do you think it's still too early to call? And we all know when it comes to Jamaica, they are the home of sprinters. Jamaica is known as the home of sprinters. These people are always dominating. These people are always breaking records, because Usain Bolt broke a record that nobody has ever broken, and now we have Brian Levell, who many people think will be the next Usain Bolt. And when it comes to Jamaican races, when it comes to their races, whether under 20 or the race that Usain Bolt runs, it is all about winning. It is all about dominating. It's all about destroying. These people are always destroying their races. They are known as for their sprinting power. Jamaica is the home of powerhouses. These people are always breaking records that nobody apart from their own people break this record. And Brian Levell, being a under 20 male sprinter, he is growing to be the best and of the best. He is going to be among the best Jamaican sprinters that ever existed. He is growing to be the best sprinter in Jamaica, because we are seeing a bright future in Brian Levell. We are seeing something growing inside Brian Levell, and these people, one thing these people are growing and to know is that they are always winning. They have a mindset of always winning. They have a mindset that they must win. It's not about running. It's about them winning. They have a mindset that they are supposed to win. It's a must. It is compulsory for them to win, because they feel like winning is their thing. Winning is them. Them winning is something they are always proud of, and it is something they always put in their bucket list when it comes to their sprinting races. And that's why their country is dominating very, very fast in the sprinting side, because these people are nurtured starting from their early ages up to where they are going, up to their future. Their talent are recognized at an early stage and are nurtured, are being trained, they are being monitored, so that they should take use of these talents. And that's one thing I'm really, really proud of Jamaica, because they take their talents seriously. They take sprinting very serious. They take their races very serious. They never lose. They have never lost. They only think about gold, and that's what they always win. And Brian Levell has a potential to become a global sprinting stars. Or do you think it's still early to call that? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll be reading and responding, because this is a discussion worth having. One thing for sure, today Brian Levell didn't just win a 200-meter race. He announced himself the track and field world. And if this performance is anything to go by, we are only at the beginning of what could be a very special career. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button and subscribe for more track and field content, because moments like this, watching the next generation rise, are what makes this sport so exciting. This was Brian Levell, under 20 200-meter dash, absolute domination, and trust me, the best is yet to come.